What's going on, guys? So another absolutely fantastic week in my rotation. A lot of variety here. There's some fresh stuff. There's some Middle Eastern clones. There's some new limited edition niche release stuff like some of the Zed Creator fragrances. I got Andrea's fragrance and Justin's fragrance in here. Wore those this week. Some cheapies. Just some florals. I got a little bit of everything here. A classic masculine fragrance. Just a great rotation. It's week number 161. Stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday, we're starting off with one of those cheap Middle Eastern clones I was talking about. This is from Paris Corner. This is Emir Cedrat Essence, a clone of Cedrat Boisé from Mancera, and a great one at that. Same note breakdown, but this one's a little bit more on the kind of sharp citrus than it is sweetie fruitiness. Sweet fruitiness, I didn't mean to say sweetie. Sweet fruitiness, because that's a little bit more on that side with the original, and there's more leather and cedar overall to the original, whereas this is more about the musk and the dry down. At least to me, you still get pretty much the basis of Cedrat Boisé. Performance is kind of what and what. It's above average without being a beast. And you can get this for $29.50 from the link I'll provide below. I'll put links to everything I can on here down below if you're interested in checking out any of these. But this is one that continues to impress me because I love Cedrat Boisé. Now, you can get Cedrat Boisé in the $65 to $80 range from discounters online, but if you're just on that much of a budget, this is actually a pretty good option for less than half the price of the cheapest I've seen. The cheapest I've seen is $65. You can get this for $29.50, and it's not the exact same experience, but it's pretty damn close. And for $30, it's kind of hard to beat. I've really been enjoying it. I recently did a full review if you want to hear more during the day. Paris Corner Emir Cedrat Essence. And then I got the shower. Now this is from my decant. And it's going to be a while. I'd like to get a bottle eventually, but I got to go through this decant first. This is from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is Le Male Essence de Parfum. So I would have had the bottle on screen for you guys. This is the reformulated one with the blue juice, not the purple juice. But still lovely. Beautiful, leathery, spicy, a little powdery. I love the scent on this one. I really do. Like I said, nice, smooth, soft leather in the backdrop as it dries. It's a little cardamom-ish. I don't even remember if that's in there. It's got this cardamom spicy smell to it. And it's a little soft and powdery. That's the main takeaways from this. A little warm and ambery, but not super warm. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I still smell it floating in the air. I don't know why I was in the mood to rock this one out the shower, but boy, I was glad I did. I really, really dig this one. Even with the reformulated batch like this where they change the fragrance, I'm cool with this because I like the way this one smells. Like I said, this is the blue juice. This is the newest version of it where it's blue juice with silver atomizer and neck stopper and all that good stuff, where the old one was a purple juice with like a goldish atomizer and everything. So they changed quite a bit about it. The look of the bottle has changed. And the scent profile, I've never smelled the original. I've heard it's just richer and more leather. Shout out to Mark from Aussie Fragrance. That's who told me that. He has both. And he said it's just a more leathery, richer, stronger version of this, which I'm fine with the way this performs. Kind of average performance, 6-hour range, 5-6-hour range. And I really, really dig this one. Out the shower, Le Male Essence de Parfum. Moving into Monday. If you're into coconut, gourmands, booze, a little bit of florals, you'll probably like Curly Scents and Zaharoff of the Immortals. You know, one of those limited edition fragrances that are out and about for Zaharoff in collaboration for the Zed Creators Project with myself, Andrea from Curly Scents, and Justin from State First Productions. This is really beautiful, guys. It's very boozy at first for me, warm and spicy. And then the coconut, I get the coconut pretty much from the start, but it starts to take over more and more as it dries. Coconut jasmine combo. I do get a lot of cognac. I get a little bit of the coffee. I don't get a heavy dose of coffee. It's a little bit leathery as it dries down later on. So there's several nuances to this fragrance. It's not as heavily gourmand as for me as it is for a lot of other people. I do get a lot of the gourmand facets to it, but I get more of the spices, the coconut, and the jasmine, more so than anything else. Just beautiful. Slightly feminine leaning because of the coconut jasmine combo, but any enthusiast, this is very unisex for any enthusiast. I could see guys that wear, stuff like regular designer, run-of-the-mill stuff. Yeah, this might be a little feminine for you, but fragrance enthusiasts, people in the community, going to love this fragrance. Definitely jump online, check it out, get it if you want to get it, because we are running low. Like I said, I'll have links to everything, but Just a magnificent fragrance that everybody should get to experience. If it ever interested you, while they're still available, you might want to check it out. 4 ounce, 120 ml of Curly Sense and Zaharoff of the Immortals during the day. Then I got the shower. This was the day that I hit the rack store and found Sherman's Signature, which is a super low budget take, kind of on ombre leather, not exactly the same, but it impressed me. I paid $10 for this 30 ml, and it's quite impressive. That smells so good. It has a little bit more of a Tuscan leather feel at the top than it does ombre leather, because I do get a little bit of the fruitiness, even though it's not in the notes. There's supposedly oud in here. Don't believe that. I forgot what else that wasn't really believable. But a lot of violet leaf. I get that metallic tone, a hefty dose of leather. It's very bright and fresh. It's aromatic. This is really good for $10. Solid performer, too. Average performance, 5-6 hour range on my skin. And like I said, whoop, look at me dropping and juggling and all that. $10 for 30 ml. I've had people tell me in the comments that they've seen 50 mls for $10. If you can see this, if you find this and come across this out at the rack stores for that cheap, roll the dice on this. If you like leather fragrances, why the hell not? Pretty damn good. It definitely gets the stamp of approval from me. Sherman Signature. Moving into Tuesday, this is another one of those cheap Middle Eastern clones. This is a clone of Ganymede, another Paris Corner Emir line. This is Celestial. So the thing with Celestial is supposed to be Ganymede. I've only smelled Ganymede on skin one time. It does remind me of it greatly. It's got this weird, this has a weird metallic tone to it. But at first, I really dig it. It's got this weird milkiness to it in some ways. But very metallic, cold steel metallic smell to it. And at first, I dig that vibe, the strangeness of it. But it's very strong. You can get it for around $30. Again, I'll have a link to where I picked it up from below. After a while, it gets kind of just, I'm done with it. I don't want to continue smelling it after about 2 hours, and it's pretty strong. I had 2 sprays on each forearm, and I had 4 sprays going around the neck, which I think was too much, because this is actually very, very strong, and it wasn't super enjoyable for me to wear. I know this is kind of a gem for some people that want to get Ganymede on a budget, because Ganymede's kind of a cult classic in the fragrance community. And I'm going to give it another chance. I'm not just going to wear it the one time and write it off. But so far, I'm kind of underwhelmed by it. I was interested on my first impressions when I first got it. This was my first wearing. I'm underwhelmed by it. I don't think it smells terrible, but it is strange and kind of off-putting after just smelling it constantly for hours and hours. So I will be doing a review eventually. I want to spend some more time with it, give it a fair shake before I just put out this review of how I just don't like it, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't really care for this fragrance, to be completely honest with you, and I'm sure there's people out there that enjoy it. To each their own. Not everybody likes everything, but so far not so good for me. But I'm going to continue to give it more chances, and then we'll do a full review during the day. Emir, Paris Corner, Celestial, Ganymede clone. Then I got the shower, something beautiful, nice and fresh. Cristiano Ronaldo's CR7 Play It Cool. Basically a more lavender-heavy take on the original Paco Rabanne Invictus. I love this stuff. I've come to really enjoy this. I like wearing it to the gym. I like wearing it out the shower. This is a solid cheapie. I paid right around $20 for this 50 ml. I think it's a 50 ml. Yeah. I'm so happy with this. This is better than a lot of fragrances in its price point. It does have a little bit going on for it. It's not just a shower gel scent. It's got the sweet aquatic tone, a little bit of that bubblegum feel. It does have some soapy lavender to give a little bit of a shower gel feel. There's a little bit of spices in the backdrop. It gets woody and musky as it dries. Surprising how good this one is, guys. I was quite surprised. And look, it's nothing super special that you need to rush out and try to get your hands on it. But if you come across it, you feel like rolling the dice for $20 at a rack store, you could do a lot worse. Out the shower, Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, Play It Cool. Moving into Wednesday, this is an outright masterpiece. I know I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking where to find it. I bought it from Perfume Empire on eBay. It was apparently their last bottle. I hope it does come back in stock so you guys can get your nose on Vertus Vanilla Oud, because this is a friggin' masterpiece. I love this stuff. Saffron, spices, soft amber feel, a little bit of a funky woody oud smell, thick creamy vanilla. Beautiful spices. It's very thick and creamy and intoxicating. I had somebody in my comments today, as a matter of fact, told me that this was identical to Mancera Oud Vanille. They said Vanilla Oud, but I know they meant Oud Vanille, which I have had for many years now. And while there are some undeniable similarities, there's just as many differences. Trust me, this is better. Which Oud Vanille is amazing. That's a fantastic fragrance, but this has more going for it, a lot more depth to it, a bit more leathery. It's got a lot of saffron, like I said before. That's a really good fragrance. This is a masterpiece. That's where I'm at with it. That's a great fragrance, actually, but this is a masterpiece. This is one of my favorite fragrances that I own, top 5 in my collection. Immediately, this stuff is incredible. And if and when you can get a decant or sample it or get your nose on it some kind of way and experience it, I hope it captivates you the way it has me. Because, like I said before, masterpiece. During the day, Vertus Vanilla Oud. Then I got the shower. My absolute favorite gym fragrance. I decided to rock it out the shower. This is Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct Blue. This is my go-to for the gym. I have a 30 ml that I keep in my bag as well. This is typical green meets shower gel, lightly fresh, spicy, Ambroxan heavy blue scent. You know, as the name and color would indicate, blue fragrance for sure. Smells great. Definitely smells on the cheaper side. It's more chemically synthetic than anything else, but it smells great. I love the way this one smells, and it's a weak performer. After about 45 minutes, it's pretty close to the skin. And by the 3-hour mark, I find it to be gone. And that's 3 hours if you're lucky. If you wear it to the gym like I do, you're not getting 3 hours out of it. But damn, it smells good. This is like the perfect blue fragrance to wear to the gym. Not light blue. There's a difference. Light blue is so much fresher. It doesn't have the density of those greens and herbs, spices, tonka bean, sometimes ambroxan, things like that. Whereas the light blues are going to be more aquatic. They're going to be more clean musk, a lot more citrus, very bright, fresh, airy. Whereas this has more body to it, but it does not last. So that's my differences in light blue and blue. But this stuff right here, man, you know, a lot of people may want to pass on this one for the weak performance and even for the synthetic smell. But it's something about this line in particular that I just really enjoy. And this one in particular, my favorite to rock to the gym. And I was just feeling it out the shower. And it's Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct Blue. Moving into Thursday, we have what I feel to be a timeless classic, a great nostalgic pick from my childhood. This fragrance actually sparked me to do a certain topic on a live stream. What makes fragrance important to you that same day. This is from Ralph Lauren. This is the original Polo, also known as Polo Green. The actual name is Ralph Lauren Polo for men. And piney green, earthy tobacco, a little dry, timeless. Timeless. The smell of money in the 80s and 90s, guys. Some people call it an old man smell. I don't relate it to that because I was wearing this to elementary and junior high dances when I was younger. I love this fragrance. I'm glad to have it back. It's not exactly the same as it was back then, but it's pretty close. This is a newer bottle, 4-ounce bottle that I got like 2 winters ago. I'm so glad to have this back in my collection. Like I said, nostalgic tie. This was a pivotal fragrance in my journey as a young man. I love this stuff. I don't care what anybody says. I'll argue anybody down about the timelessness of this scent profile. I think it'll never get old. It just smells great. I love it. My wife enjoyed the smell of it that day. It's just fantastic. If you haven't smelled this in a long time, don't worry about reformulations. Get a sample. Go to a Dillard's or a Macy's where they sell Ralph Lauren Polo fragrances and spray this bad boy in your skin. Don't spray it on a test strip. Spray it on your skin and enjoy it. Live in that sillage for a little while. Just magnificent stuff. I still love it. During the day, Ralph Lauren Polo. And then we got the shower. One of my favorite pickups in a very long time. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Parfum. Warm, spicy, a lot of cardamom, lavender, some vanilla, but most importantly, some iris. Oh, that's so beautiful. Waxy, powdery. I've had a few people tell me they don't get iris at all, which I'm very surprised by because this is extremely iris forward, even just out in the air when I sprayed it just now. Are you guys sure you're talking about Le Male Parfum? Because I'm not even talking about off of skin. You spray it in the air, and it's a bunch of this waxy lipstick, powdery iris smell. And like I said, a lot of cardamom, lavender, vanilla. A lot of the basis for what the original DNA for Le Male is about, mixed with some spicy cardamom and iris. It's beautiful. It's a great performer on my skin. My wife really, really digs this one, and I love it even more. I really, really love this one. Seriously, if you haven't tried this one and you like iris, man, you're missing out. You need to get your nose on this one. This is captive. This is a compliment getter. This is formal without being too formal. There's a playfulness. There's a juvenile aspect to it for being an iris, powdery, dominant type of fragrance. And I really think it's that cardamom adding that playfulness from the warm and spicy tone. Even though at first it has a little bit of a bright, kind of fresh minty pop to it with some spice, but as it settles, it gets much warmer, a little bit more on the ambery side. Just beautiful stuff. I recently did a full review on this one as well. Out the shower, surprisingly, I went with this beauty, Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Parfum. Moving into Friday, I had a late go to my day. I don't even remember what I wore to the gym that day. I ended up wearing this when I took a shower. I ended up not wearing anything after the fact. But this is from Stay Fresh Productions and Zaharoff. This is Second Soul. So what's beautiful about this one is those of you that have tried Brass and Soul, you will smell a little bit of that in the opening, and then it evolves quickly. You're going to get some of that aromatic bright freshness, juniper, that aromatic soapy spice tone, but it changes greatly. There's a lot of smoke from a smoke accord. Rum on the Rocks adds this, rum on the rocks accord, like you would think a glass of rum on the rocks would smell like. It's literally warm and boozy with this brightness to it. Adds to the freshness. Then there's this kind of musky suede as it dries, a lightly earthy tone to tobacco. By no means would I call this some tobacco fragrance, even though tobacco is in there. It's a very supportive tone with the way the tobacco is composed here. All about that suede as it dries down. Smoke suede, lightly earthy. It's gorgeous. It's uber masculine. This is great for the evenings. It was built for the evenings, but I like to wear this one to cut through the cold during the day. It's a 24% oil concentration. I know, 24. For being an even number, it's an odd concentration. You don't see 24% too often, but it's just right for what Justin was looking for. I love wearing this one. It's just, like I said, suede lovers, you should definitely check this out. If you like boozy and you like suede, you'll like Second Soul from Stay Fresh Productions and Zaharoff. Finally, on Saturday, kind of an oddball fragrance that most people don't like, but I really enjoy. It's actually my favorite from Parfums de Marly. It is Kalan. That's right, not that many people like this one. And yay for me, I guess. I mean, I'll never go through this 4.2 ounce completely, so it's not like it's more sprays for me kind of thing. But I really dig this one. It has this blood orange zestiness with this peppery spice, and it's got this odd rubbery tone. That's the weird part of this one. Some people want to compare it to having a Baccarat Rouge 540 vibe to it, and I would say maybe 20% similarity. It's there if you really look for it. There's a little faint tone, but overall, it's definitely its own thing. This stuff is so good. God, I love this fragrance. It's beautiful. The orange, the pepper, and like I said, this rubbery tone. Actually, what's the notes on here? So lavender, orange blossom, cashmere wood, that's the woody tone. Moss, tonka bean, white sandalwood, dry amber. So it's a tester bottle. There's a label on the back, but it's so good, guys. Give it a chance. And look, you still may not like it, even if you give it a chance on your skin. Maybe it's just me, but I really, really feel this one. I enjoy it. It speaks to me. Cuts through the cold. It's great in the winter. It's got a masculinity to it, but it's very enigmatic. It's odd. Odd but intriguing. It's attractive to want to know more about when you smell it out in the air. It's just something special. Performance is great on this one. It was my scent of the day earlier today. Love this stuff during the day. Parfums de Marly Kalan. And then when I got out the shower, it was time for a shave. This is what's currently on my skin right now. I was in the mood for a Ventus DNA, so I used my Razorak Emperor shave set. This is the aftershave splash, and I have several sprays of Mont Blanc Explorer on right now. I literally just was reckless spraying around my neck. I got like 6 or 7 sprays on. I gotta tell you, this is one of those fragrances that just grew on me over time. I know it gets the relation to... I'm going to spray my hand. Why the hell not? The relation to Creed Ventus, but I think there's just as much indifferences as there are similarities. Sure, you're going to think Creed Ventus when you smell this fragrance. Pretty undeniable, but it's got this specific woody tone. It's got a little bit of a leathery feel. I don't even remember if leather is in there. And it's even got a little bit of an inky blackcurrant vibe, which I remember not being in there. There's a little bit of ambroxan. And this beautiful kind of bitter bergamot smell in the top. I wasn't a fan the first time I smelled it. I even had a decant. I just wasn't a fan. It didn't grow on me through a decant. Then I decided to just buy this bottle a while back, this 60 ml. And it got better. I liked it more. Now I've grown to really appreciate this. I still don't love it, but boy, I really do enjoy it. My wife's a huge fan of this one. She's glad I've come around to it because I do wear it a lot more. She loves smelling this one. Definitely very attractive to others. This is a great daily wear fragrance that you're not going to spend a ton of money on. This I've come to believe to be one of the best, most versatile, affordable designer fragrances money can buy. This works for everything. This is a great evening scent, great work scent, great casual day. It works fine in the summer. It works great in the winter. You can dress this one up. It's truly signature scent worthy. This is something that can do it all as it gets. I know that's a lot of high praise because, you know what? It's earned my respect over time. It deserves the praise. I still wouldn't call it a 10 out of 10 by any means, but it's legit. Out the shower this evening, I am rocking Mont Blanc Explorer, and I had a good shave with Razzle Rock Emperor. Well, that was this week's rotation, and until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Did you happen to wear any of the stuff that I wore? I'm just curious. There's a lot of variety. Had some fresh stuff, had some cheap stuff, had some expensive stuff, had some limited stuff, had some classic stuff. All performed really good. I mean, probably the weakest performing thing were my out the shower fragrances, stuff like CR7 Play It Cool and Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Blue. But outside of that, just an awesome smelling week. I mean, it's not a week goes by that I don't smell great in my opinion, but a really drastic kind of contrast to one another when it comes to variety. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the fragrances I featured in my rotation, you give them a spray now, probably end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.